Michael Clarke was born in 1946 and was sentenced to 16 years in a Philippine jail in 1996 for a crime he did not commit. Michael died in New Bilibid Prison in 2005 from tuberculosis after serving over 10 years of his sentence. David Clarke is Michael Clarke's brother, living in Fairham, and in April 2011, he sought to obtain his deceased brother's past criminal record from the police. This posed as a threat to state security because David used false identity documents. This was a serious offence, and David answered at Portsmouth Crown Court on the 28th of October 2011. In this documentary we will hear from David, the reasons for his actions.
We have a stop press that the court case has finished, and these are the results.
The judge's summary was this. Well, David Clarke, I give you full credit for guilty pleas that were realised at the earliest opportunity. You do have some very old convictions, but I am disregarding them. They have no relevance to these matters. It is an involved case because you carried out these acts for no personal gain, for motives that are still not clear, and they are closely connected with the dealings with your brother's records and what should or should not happen in relation to them. I do take account of your personal difficulties, including your bipolar illness. I have to say, in obtaining documentation in this way has to be viewed very seriously, because documentation like passports, etc., causes potential rise to the interest of the state security.
And of course, no one would argue or deny that fact. However, the state also has a duty of care for its subjects. The state committed a crime of omission when it failed in its duty of care in connection with Michael. For 2 years, the embassy in Manila failed to get the much-needed medical help for him, despite my many requests to help him. They have also since failed in supplying me with his medical record and the National Bureau of Investigation report in connection with his death, as we at one time had reason to believe that he was killed in the prison. The police also failed to provide the details of Michael's criminal record. Also, they have stated that he was a registered sex offender overseas. This was against the law, as his case was before the Act became law in 1997 that required overseas convictions to be registered. This only goes to show that I had every reason to clear his name, but he died. Therefore, his story is to be told and will be told.
To do this, we will take you back to January 2003, inside New Bilibid Prison, where we will see Michael and David discussing their Trojan horse mission and their plans for the future. Here are David and Michael.
Director and brother of David Clarke. David, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I am David Clarke. I just told you I'm your brother. And you're my older brother, but I became a Christian 30 years ago. And we are here, and this documentary that we're about to do is the beginning of a series.
A series of what?
Trojan Warriors, we call it.
So this book is the first in a series.
The book is the first in a series, but the documentary we're doing now is about what it's all about, really, what Trojan Warriors are about.
Okay, it was last year that you came to the Philippines for the first time.
Yeah.
What made you come to the Philippines?
Well, it was the fact that you had become a Christian after many years.
It was the recognition that after your praying for 30 years, that you found out that your prayers have been answered.
Well, I'm not saying I prayed for you for 30 years. Obviously, I prayed for you, but the reality of it is this. I was converted 30 years ago. Christ actually spoke to me. No doubt about it. Set me on a mission.
Well, I seem to remember, David, that after trying to explain about how I was set up for a crime I didn't commit, and you in the Western world felt that there's no smoke without fire, so you rejected me. You think I was bluffing or spoofing?
Well, no, I didn't reject you. I felt you actually deserved getting sent away for what you were doing. But the fact is, I learned that I didn't believe you was given the charge, but I thought you deserved what you got because I felt your lifestyle was immoral.
Okay, It was what led you to me was the release of Sonny Wilson, who got acquitted off death penalty. He was suffering. Now this is a man. This is a man, Sonny Wilson. Now he's my dear friend here. He came to you with a message. I asked him personally to go to you with an NBI report, which is in this book, that categorically says that I was not guilty. This proves that with a judicial system, my case would have been thrown out of court.
Headline news: Man dies in prison in the Philippines Friday the 10th of June 2005. Michael Clarke, 58, formerly of Willingdon Park Drive, has died from TB after serving a 10-year jail sentence. In 1995, he was accused of organizing child sex package holidays from Eastbourne. At the time, Clarke was running Paradise Express, a company which ran adult holidays to the Philippines. He claimed he had been tricked by the reporter and denied having any involvement in the child sex trade. He has always maintained he was innocent of the charge. He died on May the 27th. Just a week after his death, David received the letter to confirm that he was set to be released early 2003 for good behavior. We spoke to brother David Clarke, who is now based in Fareham, Hampshire. He said, "I was shocked when we heard the charges against him and had no way of knowing the truth." While he was in jail, Clarke converted to Christianity and helped other prisoners, including murderers on death row. In August 2001, David founded a prison mission called Trojan International and went out to the Philippines to help his brother. Since then, Michael and David established an incorporation called Trojan International, Tulip, Phils. Incorporated, with a branch overseas in the UK that is dedicated to helping offenders to rehabilitate. David said, "Some good has come from this because within the jail Michael was able to do a lot for the other prisoners." Reformed gangster, Dave Courtney, supports this charitable work. He will be attending a memorial service at the Pearson Strict Baptist Chapel in Aylesbury, on June the 19th, 2005. If you want to find out more, then visit the website converted on lsdtrip.com.